Mason, hurry up, wake up. You're going to miss the IBS show.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, we are rolling.
Welcome to the Internet Bible School Show, or you can call it for short, the IBS Show. I'm your host, Steven, and joining me from the other side of a social distance barrier is my co-host, Tyler.
Hello there, good BMs.
Wow, that just slides right out as smooth as butter.
As any great name for a fan club should.
Amen, buddy. And if you guys watching back at home have no idea what we're talking about, you're just gonna have to go back and watch last week's episode.
That's right, because we're not gonna explain every inside joke to you guys.
That's because we have respect for our fans and our work. This is art that we're building here.
And art has meaning and depth.
That's so philosophical.
Yes. That's true, my boy. I do concur.
How's this for philosophical? If an important work of art exists, but nobody knows that it exists, does it still have meaning?
What exactly are you trying to say here?
Nothing at all. Just forget about it. But on an absolutely 100% completely unrelated note, our channel seems to be floating around that 100 subscribers benchmark. How far past the big 100 do you think we can smash that threshold with today's episode?
Wow, good question. We could definitely double it, but only with the help of our realest fans. I mean, good BMs as we call them.
True, and you guys can help us reach that goal by subscribing if you aren't already, and telling your friends to do the same.
The more subscribers we have, the more people will get to experience the magic that is this show. And everything else we do on this channel.
We do our part by creating the undisputedly best content that exists on the internet. Will you do your part by spreading the word and adding to this community?
If COVID-19 has taught us anything, it's that spreading something to those around you can literally change the world.
Is that even appropriate?
Is anything we do on this show appropriate?
True. If anyone's gonna watch a show on YouTube hosted by two guys with mustaches, they probably already know what they're getting themselves into.
Exactly. But these videos are a lot of work throughout the week. Do you really think that this endeavor is sustainable for us? I'd hate to see us burn out, spiral out of control, and have it destroy our families in the process.
And speaking of burning out, spiraling out of control, and destroying our lives and families, this week's episode is brought to you by the word rest.
Did you say I'm the best?
No, not the phrase that our friend got as his first tattoo because on the day of his 13th birthday, he got spanked by his dad for carving it into his family's 100-year-old living room grand piano. This week's episode is brought to you by rest.
Wow, what a great story. I wish I had a story like that. That would be so awesome to share with my kids one day.
I'm not so sure that people with stories like that ever settle down and have kids.
They don't?
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm not sure if they do or not.
Well, either way, having a kid is worth it, but they're definitely a handful. Jet is teething right now, and I can't tell you the last time my wife and I had an uninterrupted full night of quality sleep.
That's right, Tyler, which is exactly why we're going to kick off our weekly adventure segment with a girl who disagreed with the reality of a physical limitation and learned a hard lesson via exhaustion-induced hallucination. Roll that feature.
Hey friends, welcome back. Did you guys notice my new haircut? Do you love it? I just wanted to switch it up a little bit, try something new, a fresh quarantine cut.
Do not even pretend like you did that because you wanted to. You decided to make a stupid decision based off a plastic toy.
It's not a toy, it's a magic 8-ball. And you know what? I'm not doing this. We decided to agree to disagree and move past it.
I remember you said that, but whatever.
So you guys probably noticed I have my lovely camera woman back.
She bribed me with oatmeal cream pies.
Anyways, I'm just glad you're back. Glad to have you here. I'm sure you guys saw Steven and Tyler set the theme for this week as rest. And I was thinking about it and I want to debunk rest.
You're going to debunk rest?
Yes, exactly. People always talk about how you need to rest or like take a Sabbath day or whatever, but I think that's a load of plant-based baloney. Like, who needs rest? Rest is for the weak.
You're gonna debunk it like Mythbusters?
Yeah, exactly like Mythbusters.
How are you going to debunk rest?
I'm gonna stay up all night and I'm gonna prove that you do not need rest to function and that if I can do it, so can you guys.
This should be interesting.
Will you stay up all night with me to document this experiment?
I don't know. That sounds like it would be miserable, and I
Seriously hate feeling tired.
That's the trick. You have to do things that keep yourself occupied, like get creative and just like have constant fun.
like what? It's
Already 10:30 and we can't even go anywhere because of this quarantine.
We have everything we need right here.
Who knew these vegan cookies could be so good?
I know, right? So much better than sleeping, am I right?
Yeah, they're up there. Where'd you learn this recipe?
It's my grandma's. It's a family recipe. Do you want me to tell you the ingredients?
yeah. But first, can you hold the camera for a sec?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Do you guys see me? See, I knew she would have fun. I told her 1,000 times, only boring people get bored. And I'll even take it a step further and say, only boring people need rest. Speaking of boring, I wonder if Emily's gonna do these dishes. Where is she? My arm is getting sore. What's that noise? That better not be what I think it is, Emily. Emily, open up! What are you doing? Who else is in there with you? Oh my gosh. What are you doing?
Wake up and smell reality. This is what you do when you have a cat.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. Wake up.
What happened?
You were just about to tell me your grandma's cookie recipe, and you fell asleep in the middle of your sentence.
I thought you didn't need rest.
No, I was faking.
What?
I was just trying to see if you would believe me.
That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Can you hold the camera for a second? I need to use the restroom.
No! Wait, where's the cat?
It's right over there.
Okay, I mean, fine. Yeah, you can go to the bathroom. Sorry.
Sure, take the camera.
Okay, you better hurry up. Anyway, I don't think you guys have been officially introduced to the love of my life yet. This is my cat. Her name is Leonard. I've had her for 2 years, and she's the best cat in the whole wide world. I'm literally not exaggerating. Do you hear that? Do you hear that music? Where's that coming from? It's 1 a.m. Who would be playing music at 1 a.m.?
Maybe it's the biker neighbors.
They would never listen to that song.
Kesley, I never got to teach you how to have self-defense from conflict. And I'm done playing Animal Crossing now. And I don't care if there's a quarantine. Kesley, can I be your sensei?
Should I do it? Should I go with him?
No, you shouldn't go with him
Why not?
because this is a dream and none of this is really happening.
Kesley, wake up. Wake up.
What?
Get up.
You can't even stay awake while I go to the bathroom.
No, I can't. I was just telling Leonard a secret, I promise.
If you want people to believe that you've debunked rest and that it's just a myth, you probably should ask Steven to edit out where you keep falling asleep.
I can't edit out those parts. This channel is real and authentic.
Okay, yep, you said that last week too.
Well, it's true.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, we've been at this for a while and I've never stayed up all night. Is there like a middle of the night version of lunch or something? That cookie was good, but I'm getting hungry for some actual food.
Let's make something. Some nice plant-based middle of the night energizing nighttime lunch. Let's go.
Good luck. We haven't been to the grocery store in 2 months.
This sucks. What are we gonna eat?
We could order DoorDash.
It's like 3 in the morning. Plus, it's so expensive.
Well, we gotta eat something.
Do you smell that?
It's probably your rollerblades.
No. It smells like someone's grilling.
Who would be grilling right now?
I don't know. Tyler? What are you doing here? What time is it?
2:30 in the afternoon. We're celebrating. It's the end of quarantine.
It's the end of quarantine? How
Yeah.
did I miss that?
Well, we all got an email. Didn't you see that?
No, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I guess so. It's all right. You want a burger?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But I made a black bean, GMO-free, non-dairy, soy-free, free-range coffee, fair trade black bean burger.
Really?
No, you PETA peddler. Now wake up and finish your weekly adventure so I can start teaching the Bible.
Wake up. I really need a black bean burger.
I knew it. I kind of want to let her keep sleeping. She looks so peaceful, but yet kind of insane.
Are they done yet?
Are what done yet?
The black bean burgers.
What black bean burgers? You're hallucinating. This isn't good for your brain, you know.
I'm fine. I wasn't sleeping. I just need energy. Food gives people energy. So I don't need rest. I just need food.
Okay, wow. Someone is hangry, and I thought you wanted to be friends with me again.
I do. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm just hangry.
Yeah, I can tell that you are.
I just remembered those oatmeal cream pies. We can eat those.
Those aren't vegan.
Okay, look. It's a pandemic and I need to survive. So how am I going to advocate for animal rights if I'm not alive?
If this is the face for functioning without rest, sign me up for life.
Shut up and come look at these TikToks with me. Oh my gosh, this is Drew Hoops.
Oh, that kid's a busser at the restaurant I work at.
He has over 100K views. This is crazy. I'm gonna call him.
Oh, Kesley's calling me. Hey Kesley, what's up?
Hey Drew, I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw your videos and it has like 1 million likes. I didn't know you were famous.
How? I talk about it all the time.
That's really impressive. Would you be able to teach me how to become a TikToker? I think I could be really good at it.
Everyone's been asked, but I'm not just some tool to make everybody famous.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, it's Emily from work.
What the heck? Emily?
Could you just give Kesley just a few pointers and she'll stop bothering you?
Fine. Here's some advice. Always get a good night's sleep before you do anything creative, like I'm doing right now. Because this isn't real, and this conversation isn't happening. Now wake up!
What?
But I actually am TikTok famous. Now that part, that's real.
What the heck? Why do I keep having all these hallucinations?
Probably because your body needs rest. If there's anything that this adventure is proving, it's that it's a horrible idea to ignore rest.
That's not true. It can't be.
Yes, it can. And while you were sleeping, I deleted all of the footage from tonight because it was a giant failure. You couldn't even stay up to prove your point.
You deleted all my footage?
While you were sleeping, I asked the magic 8-ball what I should do.
The 8-ball told you to delete all my footage.
No!
What do you mean no?
No!
Why are you saying that?
No! No!
Why do you keep telling me no?
Because no, I do not want to try and stay up all night with you to prove that people don't need rest. That's ridiculous. Everyone knows you need rest.
Wait, what? So none of this happened?
Yes, this just happened. I'm not going to do that. Plus, you literally fell asleep in the middle of asking me if I would stay up all night with you.
What? I'm so confused.
Well, you look like you just watched yourself get hit by a train.
Wait, so is Drew actually famous on TikTok?
That guy I work with at the restaurant, what does he have to do with any of this?
My whole life is a lie.
Whatever, I'm going to bed. Thanks for the oatmeal cream pies.
Wow, that was quite the cerebral experience. I'm gonna be processing that one for a while. Also, it seems like the entertainment level of the weekly adventure with Kesley has been steadily rising. Unfortunately, for the last couple episodes, I don't think we can say the same for her decision-making skills. Do we blame the cat, or do we blame the roommate? Oh well. After a good night's sleep, I bet her mental and moral constitution will be up and running again at 100% no problem. And speaking of good night's sleep, I wonder what our local youth pastor has to say about all this rest talk. Let's find out.
Happy Sabbath to all of you who also fall into the same category of the most exhausted and distracted generation of all time. Yikes. Today we're talking about rest. The fact is, many of us are aware that our bodies need a good night's sleep, but many times all the wear and tear that happens to our soul and mind goes unnoticed, let alone even addressed. There is a reason after a full week of creating the universe, God rested. Did God need to rest? No. But he did it so that we would know how to tend for our own souls. Let's be honest, most of you aren't exhausted from the ever-exploding demands of your careers. You're exhausted from friendships, social media, getting good grades, and probably currently exhausted from being locked up in your house. At the end of the day, we all need rest for different reasons, and we all rest in different ways. You ever get so much sleep that you wake up not even feeling rested? That's because not all rest is created equal. Some other local youth pastor described it to me like this once. When our souls need rest, there are two reactions our bodies can have. We can choose to plug in or unplug. The idea is this: when we choose to unplug and give our time and attention to things like social media, Netflix, so on, so forth, whatever it is, we're choosing to unplug and drain our souls even further. But if you're tired and feeling anxious and worn out by the relationships around you, you need rest. And you need rest by plugging into something that is going to recharge you and actually fill you up. So what can we do to plug in and find rest that actually restores our souls and our minds? We're gonna see what God has to say about all this. And today we're gonna have a special guest from the Monday through Friday First Sip Show. Take it away. Hey guys, good morning. So Tyler asked me to read some scripture for the IBS Show. Today we're going to be starting in Matthew 11:28-30. So why don't you read along? Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. In Exodus 20:8-10, it says this: Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. Thanks for having me, guys. I had a great time. I love hanging with you. Hope to see you tomorrow morning at the First Sip Show. Yeah, I guess that's all. Pass it back to you, local youth pastor. Thanks so much for that. I want to look at the first scripture he read. It talks about going to Jesus, looking for him, and learning from him. In exchange, he will give us rest. It says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I want to experience. I want to feel rested. I want to be restored. I want to have space in my head so I can actually experience joy and be creative. And God wants this for us too, which is why in the next set of verses, the Sabbath, the day of rest, is talked about in such a rigid way. It says, on the Sabbath you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor foreigners residing in your town should do any work on the Sabbath. I believe that the Bible uses such strong language here because God takes this idea of Sabbath and rest very seriously. God takes this very seriously because he loves and cares for us so deeply. So let's show the same love and care for ourselves and our own souls and our own minds by slowing down and learning to plug into Jesus daily and finding the rest that he promises us. Resting in Jesus can look a lot of different ways, but today I want to just focus on two. The first way is this: silence and solitude. Find somewhere quiet, be alone, somewhere where you're not distracted, and just check in with your soul and see how you're feeling. How are you doing? And then talk to God about it. Jesus did this all the time. He was very busy working, preaching, teaching, leading his disciples. And after many of those long days and long times or periods, he would sneak off to somewhere very quiet and isolated just to be alone in silence with no distractions, just him and the Father. And the second way you can find the rest that Jesus promises us when we learn to plug into him is by reading his word. So go over to the Daily First Sip Show and just join along in the journey we have for you guys. Commit to following along with the daily devotionals and hearing what God has for you today. That's it, that's all, and as always, peace and love. Thanks, local youth pastor. Wow, rest. It's one of those things where sometimes you love it and sometimes you hate it. But no matter how hard you try and fight it, we all eventually hit our wall hard and finally realize our limit. And another thing that receives a lot of both love and hate is mustaches. And no one receives that contrast in opinion stronger than our favorite Connection Corner champion. If you haven't seen what's living on top that boy's upper lip yet, let me tell you, you are in for a real treat. But in all seriousness, in this next segment, try to not stare in disgust at his artificially dyed, stepped-on caterpillar under his nose. And pay close attention to the connections he's going to share with us. He's put a lot of work into these connections, and it would be a shame for some of them to go unnoticed. Because of a 4-inch piece of face real estate that his mom is on the edge of disowning him over. Colin,
Hey guys! I've been trying to get some good rest all day, but for some reason I still don't feel very rested. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Anyways, how are you guys holding up? I've been getting really lonely, so I decided to get a mustache to keep me company and keep me warm. I'm Colin, and this is my Connection Corner. I got bored of saying the same thing every week, so I'm introducing some new connections. We started a new series on this YouTube channel called First Sit. It's a daily interactive devotional video series where one of our youth pastors wakes up early, shares a cup of coffee with you, reads a chapter of the Bible to you, then shares a little inspiration, then shares a journal prompt with you so you can enjoy a spiritual growth moment afterwards. What a good morning routine. Tyler is a huge coffee snob and has all these weird coffee beans that I can't pronounce. And it's rumored that Steven enjoys drinking tea. Which is more hipster? Comment in the chat. Anyways, reading the Bible isn't always very easy, so getting in the Word with those guys might be just what you're looking for. Coffee, Bible, retro filters. It's like a Christian Instagram photo came to life. These videos are posted at 6 a.m. every weekday. Don't wake up at 6 a.m.? That's alright, I don't either. Jesus is available no matter what time you awaken, so tune in then. Okay, next up, new connection alert. I'll be on Fortnite Monday, 2 p.m. sharp for at least 2 hours, so come get some dubs with me. If you want to game with me, join the Discord and message me. Want a victory royale but without the typical gamer voice chat swearing? I'm your man, squad up with me, and together we can fight the good fight. My username on Discord is Colin Junk. But don't worry, I know my worth. I'm not junk in the Lord's eyes, I'm beautiful in his creation. Since you guys know the drill for the rest, I won't waste your time with too many details. Don't worry, I got permission from Steven and Tyler. Now let's do this, rapid fire style. Our Linktree, there it is. It's the one-stop shop for everything I talk about here. Once again, everything is there. YouTube! Our channel is growing. Make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss a video. Also, do you like the new branding? I know I do. Instagram, let me just say this simply. If you want a quick response from us, hit us up on there. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for your mom to email Steven or Tyler. Who knows how long that will take. Go follow kcstudents.ct. Discord, join our Discord to game and hang with us throughout the week. Also, it's not just for gamers, it's community. Help us grow it. Zoom small groups. We move them to Sunday night so you can jump on right after you watch this amazing and perfect show. If you want to join, hit up our Linktree. Now it's time for the crown jewel of this enterprise. My artificially dyed Walmart version of Post Malone doesn't impress my mom. I drive a gold minivan, mustache smile. Make sure to take a screenshot so you can share all these connections with your friends and family during this time of biological unrest. Thank you, youths, and have a great week. See you on Fortnite tomorrow.
Wow, I thought Tyler was being really harsh in the way he was describing Colin's mustache during the segue. And then I remembered that I write the script for these episodes, which means that I also wrote whatever I'm saying right now. Does this count as breaking the fourth wall? Do any of you even know what breaking the fourth wall means? Maybe I'm going so off track with this segue because I'm experiencing the side effects of a lack of rest. Wait, there we go, we're back on track. That was convenient. I guess everybody really does need rest. And because of that, we reached out to our local volunteer leaders and asked them this question. When was a time where you completely wasted a day of rest and really regretted it? Here's our top 5 fave.
last fall. I had a lot of hard subjects that I do in class. I was also volunteering for Edge for you guys. What's up? I also was volunteering to do social media for 18 to 29, which is the young adults program at Kensington. And then I just had a lot of life stuff that was just going on that was pretty crazy. And so I 100% for probably like a month missed a whole opportunity of rest just because I was so overworked and so stressed.
Hi guys, so I have always been one that's really good at resting and sleeping. You all can thank Kendall for these videos.
However, I realized I do this thing once a year where I just like don't sleep for a whole weekend. One year I had my musical, it was closing night, I had a cast party, and then the next morning I woke up and did a rap battle at church. And so that was fun, so I did it again. And this year I graduated, and then I had my senior all-night party, and then I went to bed at 7 a.m. and then I had my grad party that day. And the very next day I decided to sing at church. So I got a migraine, don't do it, 0 out of 10.
I work out 6 days a week, and I usually rest on Sundays. And last Sunday I was like, nope, I'm going to work out today as well. So I did it, and then I regretted it after because I was really sore and I just needed that rest day.
What's up guys? So a time that I wasted a day of real rest is probably really not just a day, the first week and a half of quarantine. I sat home, played video games, watched Netflix, and did absolutely nothing. Now I regret that because like looking around, I realized there was a lot of stuff I probably could have done, whether it was at home or I could have been, doing stuff with God, maybe doing some stuff on the YouVersion, texting other people, making some Zoom calls, talking to my group leaders, all that kind of stuff. And I regret just sitting at home doing nothing for a solid week and a half.
Okay, listen, your girl loves to sleep and I rest a lot. But if there's one time I would have taken more time to rest, it is during my finals week. Junior year, I did not sleep at all and I was constantly studying, and I got really sleepy during the actual test, and I think I would have performed better if I slept more.
You guys better not have fallen asleep during that top 5 segment. Those are our leaders. They pour out their blood, sweat, and tears for you guys. Thank you, leaders. But we should probably wrap this episode up. It looks like Tyler's already doing his daily mental and emotional therapy routine. But before we go, I just wanted to remind you guys, good rest is not just about sleep. Like our local youth pastor brought up earlier, unplugging is not the same as plugging in. Think about your iPhone. If you just set it down and don't use it all day, it's never gonna get recharged. No, you have to make sure that it's actually plugged in to the power source. And we're the same way. Real, actual, full rest isn't just about getting enough sleep or spending time not working. Yeah, those things are important, but when we talk about our need for rest, it's more than just a physical need. We have a spiritual need for rest as well. We don't just need rest for our bodies, we also need rest for our souls. And if we ignore the latter, we hold ourselves back from experiencing the fullness of life that God has for us. Think about it. Would you go throughout your whole day taking time to eat every meal, but just completely ignore drinking water? No, you wouldn't last very long, let alone experience life very well. You'd be missing out on something essential for physical health. Well, what about spiritual health? Does it matter? Does it make a difference? If you've gone this far in life without being intentional with it, have you really been missing out on anything? Well, I guess that's the question. How would you know if you've never prioritized it? Also, how could you even know that you were missing out on anything if you didn't even know how to find that rest? I guess you wouldn't. But even if that's where you're at, check this out. When you take a look at Jesus in this topic of rest, he doesn't try to lead us harshly by telling us what it is that we need to do. It's not like the parent making sure that their kid sticks to a proper bedtime because the parent knows what's best for the kid more than the kid does. No, it's not like that at all. Instead, it feels more like a warm invitation from a really good friend. Listen to his words again. "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke and learn from me, because I am humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." It's kind of like this. Imagine yourself on a really cold day. You get out of your car, and you gotta carry some really heavy boxes to wherever you're going. But it's one of those days where all of the parking spots were taken, so you had to park in the furthest spot from your destination, which obviously makes your walk that much worse. Also, you drove by yourself, so there's no one else to help you carry everything. And as you're walking, your hands are going numb because the wind is just that cold. And all you can keep thinking about is how your fingers are getting so close to that point where you're just gonna drop everything all over the place. Then, out of nowhere, you hear somebody say, "Hey, can I help you out?" And even though you're straining so hard that you can't even answer, that person comes up to you, grabs the boxes from you, and says, "Here, let me get those for you. Just carry this for me while we walk." And the thing that he hands you is a nice warm blanket to wrap yourself up in. That's what this invitation feels like to me. Because the reality is, some of us may be walking around getting 8 hours of sleep every night and may be rested physically, but our soul is standing somewhere out there in the cold, ready to collapse any minute under the weight of whatever it is we're carrying. Your body may need sleep, and your phone may need the wall charger, but your soul can only find the rest that it needs through daily intimacy with God. That's daily personal connection with Him. Tyler and I have been committed to pursuing that journey for many years now, but something that we've both realized on a very personal level over the years is that it's not the easiest habit to prioritize, and especially if it's something new to you. So we want to help. And what we have isn't perfect. It still requires a lot of effort on your part, but it's something. You've heard us talk about our daily devotional video series that we're calling First Sip. We started these because we know how hard it can be to get started doing something like this. So rather than just telling you to do it anyways, we're inviting you to start the journey with us. So each episode, Monday through Friday, we read a chapter of the Bible with you, give you a little bit of spin on something that stuck out to us during the reading, and then leave you with a journal prompt. And the journal prompt is always written to help inspire you to spend some of that quality, daily, intimate time with God. Again, it's not perfect, and you're really only going to get out of it what you put into it, but we really think that it can be helpful. So my challenge for you this week is to give it a try. Do it every day this week. Actually do the journal prompt. Like, get out your journal and write stuff. And if you actually do the whole week and don't experience any kind of soul restoration or intimacy with God, I'll delete this channel and go back to making pizzas like I did in high school. For real, give it a shot and let us know how it went for you. And if you have questions about any of the prompts, reach out to us. Again, we hope that can be helpful for you guys. That's about all we have for this episode. If you're watching live, small groups are happening right after the show, and anything else you may need from us can be found in the link tree in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all. We're done here. This isn't goodbye. See you on the internet.